Good morning. My name is Nicole and today we were going to go through my list on Ascension. It's something that I've been going through for many years now, but wasn't even aware I was going through an Ascension process. Up until 2016, 2017, things became really clear to me that I was in a physical process and had to do a lot of reading, researching, looking inside to navigate my way through this. And my job for these videos is to help you get you out of the matrix as easily as possible. So I'm going to make these videos. I'm going to try to break them down into different stages that I've learned and talk about what's really important here and our roles coming in and how we're intermingling, with our family and our friends, and how everybody is playing a certain role to help you get you to where you need to be in some way, somehow, even if it hurts. Even if it hurts, and you have to, still love that person no matter what their choices are and whatever their reasonings are. So the first thing I want to talk about is how it started for me very intensely. In 2016, I started receiving messages, from my higher self, my boyfriend who had transitioned, kind of asking me how to help people, help everyone heal. And, of course, as a healer and a coach and teacher, I'm like, yeah, absolutely, I'll do all that. But then I started realizing at the time I was in the wrong relationship. So I had to be really honest with myself and ask myself if, staying in this relationship was for my highest good. And the answer was no. And it wasn't that he was a bad person. He was a great guy. In fact, I probably loved him more than all the people that I had left. I loved him so much when I left because he helped me to break a pattern within me. I had a pattern of people cheating on me and I couldn't seem to figure it out. And I would even sit down and try to talk to them about it. Okay, what is this? I'm trying to figure this out. And I started realizing with one ex that, when him and I had met, my boyfriend had recently died because I just purged into another relationship without wanting to feel how I was feeling. And he needed he's a fixer. So what he needed was, I was perfect. I was this wounded, frail thing, and he needed to be able to fix me. And it was feeding some sort of void within him. Now, by the time I was I'm good now, we ended up staying together. But eventually, I was back to my normal self, and I didn't need fixing. And that void that he was getting from me in the beginning, he needed to fix, right? He needed to fix, which meant he needed to fix somebody else. So he kind of jumped off and cheated, and I thought, oh, I totally get how this happened. So the last guy that I was with, it cheated again. But this time, I could see it for what it was. And instead of me being mad at him, I was like, oh, I'm mad at him for not being honest with me. But if I really look inside and I'm honest with myself, I'm lying to myself too. So how could I be mad at him when I was the one who was lying to myself? And, I made the choice. I was like, yeah, I can't be in this relationship. And I ended it. And I thought, wow, this was never about him. But when I did, it was this love, this enormous amount of love in my heart for him. And he kind of looked at me like, I want us to fix this and stay in this. And yeah, ideally, I probably could have done that, but my soul just kind of knew no, there's something more that you want. And it wasn't in a man, it was in me. And I had to go and find that. So when I ended that relationship, that choice catapulted this ascension process. And I have been diligently working on this like I would anything else. Like I would have committed to, you know, we get these jobs and it's like we put our whole lives into these jobs, you know, and then when they're done with this, they toss us to the side. And you're thinking, why am I not investing all this energy and, you know, the resources into myself, into really going inside? So, leaving, being honest with myself with the choice and leaving that relationship. Now, some people I know, maybe theirs was they stopped drinking, or they stopped smoking cigarettes, or they stopped doing something that was an addiction for them. You know, addiction is really anything outside of themselves. Maybe you're a compulsive shopper. You know, this is when we have to start being honest. Why am I doing the things that I'm doing? What am I searching for to fill me up? Like, am I shopping to fulfill that void? You know, how many of us have done that? I definitely have done that in my life. You know, I'm feeling emotionally drained. I think I'm going to go buy something, but that's temporary. And when you start to learn how to go inside, you're like, this is like a permanent state of being. I never needed the things, the man, you know, the food, the anything outside of us to fulfill that void that has been missing the whole time, because you filled that space up with love. So, starts with a choice, and a choice of you being honest with yourself. That's how this started for me. Now, next video, we're going to talk about forgiveness. So, thanks for watching.